Hello and welcome to the Metpack Pod, the industry's leading podcast for the global metal packaging industry. The Metpack Pod is brought to you by the Metal Packager, the number one digital resource for the global metal packaging market. With over 7,000 monthly users in over 140 countries globally, be sure to check us out on metalpackager.com. I'm your host Alex Fordham, and today we welcome two special guests as we preview the upcoming Metpack trade show, which is set to take place in Essen, Germany in May 2023. We welcome Christina Kleinpaß, Head of Projects Metpack. Christina is a qualified advertising manager and has been part of the Messe Essen team since 1986. Initially, she worked as a project assistant for various trade and public fairs, but from 1994, she was in charge of international B2B trade fairs as project officer, including Metpack, since 2010. In 2015, she took over project management of the whole fair. Alongside Christina today is Oliver Kuhrt, who has been CEO of Messe Essen since January 2014. This proven marketing and trade fair expert has previously held various executive positions at the Cologne Exhibition Centre for over 10 years and can look back on many years of management experience in the international tourism and luxury hospitality industry. But before we begin today's episode, we must give special mention to our sponsors PPG. We're proud to partner with you, and their range of innovative and sustainable solutions help protect and beautify the world. Now on to today's show. So good morning, Christina and Oliver. Looking forward to a very much interesting discussion about Metpack 2023. It's certainly been a few years now, hasn't it, since the last edition of the show. So probably for our guests who aren't quite as up to speed about Metpack as a trade show, perhaps, Christina, if you could maybe provide a bit of an overview of Metpack and the history involved in the show, because yes, you guys have certainly got a heritage within the industry that, it'd be great to. Perhaps that's a nice place to start.
Okay, so Metpack has existed at Messe Essen since 1992. It evolved from Interpack and was held in Essen for the first time in 1993. It achieves the status of a leading world trade fair very early on. 82% of our exhibitors came from abroad. The high level of internationality also applies to the visitors. Believe it or not, as well, 82%. With Metpack, we give the industry its own platform every 3 years, which sends out the important and the new signal. The entire international metal packaging industry presents solutions for the production, printing, coating, and recycling of metal packaging here. Visitors can look forward to trends and innovations in cans, tubes, various lids, and pails, as well as in filling and sealing equipment.
Excellent. Yeah, Oliver, is there anything to add on that side of things? Obviously, you've your experience with Messe Essen. Also, it might be an ideal opportunity here to introduce Messe Essen's background, because you're involved in many different industries and many different shows. So it'll be a nice opportunity here to provide a bit of context as well.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, we are all more than happy to have them back here in Essen. It's a big party. It's like coming home for hopefully many family members. And as you know, Metpack is really a world-leading fair for this industry. It's really recognized. It's trend-setting. It's highly specialized trade fair, and we really developed this show year by year. So we therefore appreciate the close cooperation we have with the Metpack committee. You may know that these guys are coming from all over the world. It really consists of international representatives, experts of this industry, and they are giving us a lot of ideas, and we really appreciate it, working together with them, mainly Christina Kleinpaß. And we are proud to have built up these communities, these functioning network all over the world. This is very helpful. As you have heard, 82% of our exhibited companies are coming from abroad, which is excellent. It's one of the best marks we have here in our portfolio. And at this point, I really have to say a big thank you to all of the exhibitors around the world who committed to us again here this year.
Oh, thank you very much. And could you perhaps provide a bit of information about you mentioned your extensive portfolio. I'm just curious that you guys are experts in hosting trade shows, and perhaps that's why the event is so popular. So yeah, obviously you've got your Metpack in your portfolio. What other trade shows do you have in your company's portfolio?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Metpack is one of our leading fairs here placed in Essen. We do have about 10 world leading fairs over here. In total, we have about, I would say, 55 fairs and many other events. But honestly speaking, we are already look back on several post-Corona events here in Essen. We were allowed to realize fairs since the March 15th last year. So we are in practice again. We have done a lot of things, which is good. It feels good, and even for the B2B sector, as well as for the B2C sector. There are many things, and all of them say, finally, we meet each other again. This is the final thing, coming back together physically here in Essen. We tried it out, the digital formats all over the world as our colleagues in other venues, but it didn't work out that way. Everybody's happy to be back. And more than ever, these fairs have created a spirit of optimism. People are get rid of this global crisis, which affected us all somehow, but world us together somehow. And I'm quite convinced that we will experience similar wonderful moments here at the Metpack. It's not our biggest show in terms of square meters, but it's a very close professional event. People are sticking together. We know all these guys coming over here, and the metal packaging industry is also facing a lot of challenges in the future. The idea of sustainability is increasingly coming into focus of this industry, as well as among consumers. Innovations are therefore very much in demand to make one's own business fit for the future. And where else, honestly speaking, can you get such a compact overview of innovations and exchange ideas directly in person than at a trade fair? And that's the reason, and I'm very happy that our international quote is coming back again. You know that Chinese was locked down more than 18 months. Now we see the frontiers are open again. People are coming back. So we are quite sure that 23 will be a very international trade fair year for us. And this will affect the Metpack as well. Maybe last year at the same time, we would have big problems in this, but now we see that the international quote is coming back. And this is very helpful. So the 23 edition of the Metpack will be a special reunion edition that will be remembered for a long time.
Absolutely. And you're right. There's certainly in the hosting trade shows, it must have been a very challenging period the last few years.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with what you're saying. I mean, I've been to a few virtual trade shows in the past couple of years, and just my humble opinion is, although we're sat on a video call here, so the technology is certainly terrific, and it's meant that we've been able to do a lot of different things and podcasts and
absolutely
video content, but just people do business through people, and I think the human
we really spend so much money in trying to find a digital solution, but there is no digital solution in comparison to the physical awareness here in the venue. So therefore, we are so happy that people who went through this progress decided for themselves to be back here physically in Essen or somewhere else in the world on the world trade venues to make business again.
And Christina, so you, Oliver mentioned just now that you've had shows since March last year, and how's feedback been with the shows? Has there been any nervousness with regards to trade shows in the post-COVID era, or are people getting back to enjoying trade shows and the confidence has returned? So I'm just curious to see how sort of delegates and visitors have felt that shows in the post-COVID era has been.
So the exhibitors are all really excited to be here again. So they are looking forward to our event, and our discussions with the exhibitors are all very, very positive. Everybody is looking forward for Metpack and looking forward to Essen and the infrastructure of Essen. And I think the travel restrictions are a bit difficult for some countries. So China, India, Turkey, they have problems to get a visa. But I think we are right on time that they can organize all what is needed for a visa application, that they have the chance to visit Metpack and to exhibit at Metpack as well.
No, that's great. And just before we move on to talk about some of the features that we have at the show this year and new exhibitors, etc. I just want to find out how the show has evolved over the past number of years. So yeah, we've mentioned about the heritage of the show, and it seems to work well alongside Interpack as well. So yeah, just be interested to hear for our listeners about how the show now differs, because it must be certainly in size and scale, the show must be certainly different to the first edition of the show.
It's different to the first edition. So when we started in 93, we had over 150 exhibitors from 20 nations. In 2020, we had over 300 companies from 26 nations. But then we had at least to cancel the show due to the pandemic. And now the figures for 23 are nearly similar to the one we could have had for 2020. And for example, we gained Nippon Steel, which makes us really proud to have acquired Nippon Steel for Metpack. So it's a big company. And Medlac is back as well, a big Italian company. Metpack is growing in line with the overall size of the industry in small steps, but steadily.
No, and I think, yeah, definitely the industry is certainly quite, it's obviously a global industry, but it's very much an intimate industry where everybody knows each other, and I think that is reflected in the quality of the shows, certainly that I've been to, and yeah, there's no reason why this year's event will be any different. So just want to move forward onto the features at the show. So we've got the something that I always look forward to is the Metpack Innovation Award. So perhaps if you could provide a bit of context behind this, and I hear the entries to the awards are still very much open, aren't they, Christina?
Yes, it is. So we are really pleased to announce that we will again be presenting the awards among the exhibitors. An expert jury made up of Metpack trade visitors, which is really very good. No exhibitors, only trade visitors, will decide on bronze, silver, and gold. On the 3rd of May, there will be a ceremony to present the awards and certificates, which the winners will again proudly display on their stands. The industry is very careful not to reveal too much too soon. So therefore, we cannot and must not say yet which innovations have been submitted. So it's a secret.
But is there a deadline at all for when companies can submit entries?
Yes, the deadline is the end of March.
The end of March. Okay, so yeah, if any companies are listening to this podcast, very much you have to be in it to win it, as they say. So yeah, be sure to enter enter the awards. And yeah, there's been some real unique innovations that have won a Metpack award. So it's certainly worth attending. That's for sure.
Packaging coatings from PPG draw on our company's 140-year history of innovation. We never stop improving our solutions to meet the evolving needs of can makers and the marketplace. That spirit of innovation results in technology like the cradle-to-cradle platinum-rated PPG Innovel Pro. PPG Innovel Pro is the latest enhancement to the world's #1 non-BPA beverage can coating. It still doesn't use any bisphenol ingredients, but experienced can makers report that it now sprays like an epoxy. Follow PPG Packaging Coatings on LinkedIn or visit packagingcoatings.com to learn more about why PPG is the coatings partner for can making excellence.
And also, just we mentioned about Interpack. Is that something that you guys are mindful of year on year to try and have the show running almost side by side with the event because of delegates who may want to attend both shows, or is that something that's always you're mainly concentrating on Metpack, or is there any agreement that you have with Interpack to try and coordinate show dates? I'm just interested to hear that.
I mean, we are in a very close partnership with Düsseldorf, with Interpack. We don't have any problems with them. I'm in a close contact with the CEO or with Wolfram Diener. And we do have this shuttle service. So if somebody wants to have a look on the other side, he can use the shuttle service, which is frequently offered during the day. And this was frequently used in the past, and we do think that it's the same thing will follow up this year as well. And yeah, this is it, by the way. We don't really talk about content or programs. Everybody is doing his own job over there, but we do know that a lot of people are really using the chance, having a look on both shows.
No, and that's, for any of our listeners who are planning to attend just Interpack, that's something to bear in mind, that it's very much easy to visit Metpack and Messe Essen as well. So definitely take advantage of the shuttle service and the opportunity to attend both events. So no, thank you for that. Christina, you mentioned earlier about new exhibitors. It's great to have some new exhibitors at the show. I mean, do you have a number currently of companies that will be exhibiting at the show, just to give an idea of the scale of the event? Because it truly is one of the leading shows within the industry, and it'd be nice to have an idea of the number of companies that are going to be exhibiting at the event.
Yeah, as I said before, we have more than 300 companies exhibiting at the shows from 26 nations.
Okay, no, that's excellent. Yeah, it just shows how the breadth of the industry, and it is certainly a global event. So look forward to walking the show, and it's the first time that the Metal Packager will be exhibiting at the event as well. So we're very much looking forward to hopefully seeing colleagues and friends and potentially new friends and customers. So it's a great opportunity for us as well. As well as the exhibition, we also have the conference, of course, another interesting aspect of the show. So is there any information about speakers or content, etc., yet that you could perhaps share with us?
Yes, we do have. So the whole range of well-known companies are taking part in the conference and along the entire production chain of the metal packaging industry. So we have we are looking for a speech from the tin plate manufacturer Nippon Steel, the surface treatment company Plasma Treat, to the can maker Crown Holding, and chemical suppliers such as Henkel and Kotex, and the coating specialist Koenig & Bauer Metal Print. And we are particularly pleased that Dr. Daniel Abramowitz from Crown Holdings will open the conference with a keynote speech on technical innovations in metal packaging over the last 25 years. And very interesting presentations by Plasma Treat in a trio with project partners like Brasilata and Actega will certainly be a highlight. And we also expect speeches from the companies Tolle, Slug, and NPAC. Everybody who is interested in the conference may have a look at our homepage, www.metpack.de. There you will find the content from the conference.
Excellent. So there's it sounds like there's very, very much the content involved is of a high quality, because certainly trade shows I attend, sometimes it can be a little bit too commercial in its approach to the conference side of things, but it sounds like you've got a real range of quality content that should hopefully provide real value for the delegates. So no, that's great to hear. And you mentioned about visiting the website. If you're interested in attending the event, where's the best place to register and find out more information about costs and attending the event, essentially? Is there anywhere you can sort of guide our listeners to?
So if you're looking for information, it's always really a good idea to have a look at our homepage from Metpack. And there you'll find a little icon with tickets on. And if you click on it, you will find our ticket shop, and it's really easy. You have to register yourself, and you can find the possibilities you have, if it is a day ticket or a 2-day ticket or a season ticket. And there's also the conference ticket, and inclusive in this conference ticket is a 2-day ticket for the show as itself. So I think it's a really interesting mixture of possibilities to visit Metpack.
No, that sounds fantastic. And if there's anything else you guys would like to add about the show, is there, Oliver, is there anything that we've perhaps not covered?
Yeah, thank you. Maybe I don't know. Most of our visitors are staying here for the entire length of the show, and first of all, we warmly invite everyone to be back here to the big reunion at Metpack. But maybe some of these guys have some time to discover this lovely city Essen, because we have so many nice places here. It's not only the venue. I mean, the venue is looking like the same like everywhere in the world, but we do have a wonderful downtown area just across the street with millions of restaurants and bars and lively entertainment. And we do have the Kruger Park, which is one of the nicest parks here in this region. So it's worth to think of spending some hours maybe in the evening for these other occasions. So when we can support anybody or you have ask us, and we will be more than pleased to give you advices on this.
No, that's a very good point, and I'm sure there's plenty of people within the industry who will be socialising of an evening, as is the way with
enjoying German beer. You know, we have our own brewery here, Stauder, which is a local hero for producing beer. So there are many reasons to stay some longer.
I'm sure I'll be sampling a pint or two of it as well. So yeah, very very much looking forward to that. Thank you to Oliver and Christina for their insight on the show. We're very much looking forward to it at the Metal Packager. You can be sure to visit us at the show. We're in Hall 1 at the event, so please do pay us a visit, say hello, grab a drink. We're very much looking forward to seeing you. For more information on Metpack itself, be sure to visit metpack.de. See you in Germany.